Have you ever lived by deceiving everyone in the world and wearing a mask? Welcome, this is Bookspresso. I'll brew a strong cup of a book for you. After the story of the book is over, I will ask you the same question again. Please share your story in the comments. This is Osamu Dazai's novel, No Longer Human. The story is composed of 3 notebooks written by one man. This man's name is Oba Yozo. He confesses that his life was full of shame. Yozo could not understand people. He couldn't figure out why people laughed, why they were sad, or why they got angry. To him, the world was like an alien planet. He had to wear a mask to live among people. That mask was clowning. From a young age, he would make an innocent expression and do funny things to make people laugh. When he clowned, people would let down their guard and reveal their true selves to him. Yozo became even more confused by seeing people's sincerity. Why are people so cruel and at the same time so lovely? How do they understand and empathize with each other? He felt a deep fear of people's duplicity. To him, humans were unpredictable beings who could harm him at any moment. As a child, he begged his father to buy him a turtle. His father willingly bought him the turtle, and Yozo felt a deep sense of guilt towards his father. Why did I make such a meaningless request? Why did my father willingly grant it? Yozo could not even understand people's goodwill. In every moment of connecting with people, he felt that he was not qualified as a human. He sank deeper and deeper into loneliness. But his clowning was perfect. He never revealed his inner self. What he feared most was people seeing through his mask. He avoided people's gazes and pretended to sympathize with their emotions. It's painful. It's truly agonizing. But I have to pretend it's nothing. His heart was filled with screams, but his face was always smiling. His clowning now became his entire life. He had forgotten how to laugh sincerely. His soul was slowly dying. In the second notebook, Yozo reminisces about his school days. He liked art, but for him, art was just a means of escaping from reality. He meets a friend named Horiki. Horiki was the only person who took off Yozo's mask. But that meeting was not a salvation for Yozo, but the beginning of an even deeper corruption. Horiki taught Yozo about alcohol, cigarettes, and prostitution. Through his time with Horiki, Yozo realized that his clowning no longer worked. Horiki ridiculed Yozo's mask, and in that ridicule, Yozo realized how pathetic his existence was. I am truly a worthless being. I am a being destined to be abandoned by people. He fell into even deeper despair. He became addicted to alcohol and a dissolute life, slowly destroying his body. His heart was already empty, and he constantly longed for something to fill that emptiness. But what he longed for was not love, but death. He attempted a double suicide with a woman, Tsuneko, but only he survived. The guilt in his heart grew even larger. Why can't I die? I don't deserve to live. Why did I survive? He now began to accept his identity as no longer human. He no longer tried to prove himself to people. He just longed for death and began to wander through his life. In the third notebook, Yozo lives a life where he has completely given up on himself. He forms relationships with several women, but those relationships are only a momentary comfort. He spends a peaceful time with a woman named Shizuko and her daughter. He felt warmth and understanding from Shizuko, but he could not settle for happiness. There was still a deep void in his heart. I don't deserve this happiness. I'm not human, so why should I pretend to be so happy? He begins to destroy himself once again. He relies on alcohol and drugs, pushing his life into an even deeper abyss. His body slowly became sick and his mind collapsed. He marries a pure woman named Yoshiko. She saw no mask in Yozo. She loved him for who he was. Yozo thought he had found salvation for a moment in Yoshiko's innocence, but his wandering did not stop. He meets Horiki again and begins a debauched life, and he witnesses Yoshiko defiling her body with another man. He didn't get angry or sad. Rather, he realizes that he has lost all qualifications as a human. Is this the nature of humans? I have not understood humans for a single moment. He completely collapses as a result of this incident. He can no longer feel any emotions. He is institutionalized in a mental hospital, and his soul is completely dead. He is now just an empty shell, no longer even able to clown. The story ends with Yozo's final confession. I have neither happiness nor unhappiness now. Everything is just a thing of the past. He has become a state of no longer human, unable to find any emotion or meaning. No longer human is not just a story about one man's downfall. It is a story about the fundamental fear and anxiety we all have about being human. We all, like Yozo, experience moments when we don't understand others. We all live in the world wearing a mask. This novel quietly asks us what it means to be human and what it means to live a human-like life. In Yozo's pain, we discover our own selves, and we also realize that one day we too could become no longer human. But this novel offers us deep empathy and comfort. It tells us that in the end, we are all beings who are constantly striving to become human. Our lives are ultimately lives as imperfect humans. The moment we acknowledge this, we can finally accept ourselves for who we are. Have you ever lived by deceiving everyone in the world and wearing a mask? This was Bookspresso. Thank you.